And in many school libraries, you needed parental consent just to check the book out. Hello mortals, I am the Booktube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. One of my favorite booktubers is A.G. McDonald. He's the only booktuber that I know of.
Are there any others?
Whose channel is animated. If you aren't subscribed to him, then what are you waiting for? But chances are, if you're subscribed to me, you're probably subscribed to him. But if you're not subscribed to me, AG is known for shouting "cancel" and being a critic of cancel culture. He has a whole series called This Gives Me the Skits, which is hilarious and you should check it out if you don't know it. Now, there was a Cancelathon created that was ironically canceled, so AG decided to start his own Cancelathon readathon. Thus, I want to participate in his Cancelathon. I was a little hesitant at first because I have a bunch of books slated to read in January, mostly because I really got into the Renegade series by Marissa Myers, and I really want to finish that series, but I've only read one book out of the trilogy. Anyway, I'm going to dive into his Cancelathon. So it looks like a bingo card or a tic-tac-toe board or whatever it is. You must connect 3 books in a line going through the center. For the first book, I decided to do the children's prompt, Won't Somebody Think of the Children? And I thought I would cheat a little bit and pick a really short book that I had just read for Gavin Hetherington's readathon, Believe-a-thon. And that book is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume. It is about a teen girl who deals with her first period, getting a bra, peer pressure, and religion. It was first published in 1970 and was regularly banned by schools. In fact, it is on the American Library Association's list of most frequently challenged books. In Wisconsin, it was challenged for being, quote, sexually offensive and amoral. In Ohio, it was pulled from school libraries because the book is built around just 2 themes, sex and anti-Christian behavior. In Montana, it was challenged as profane, immoral, and offensive. And in many school libraries, you needed parental consent just to check the book out. So if you're expecting this to be some hardcore pornographic book, you're probably going to be sorely disappointed. So since I picked the children's prompt, I have to pick the opposite prompt, which is the don't subtweet, passive-aggressively subtweeted, read a book that sparked a drama. So I Googled book that started Twitter drama, and the first thing that popped up was a Vulture article titled The Latest YA Twitter Pile-On Forces a Rising Star to Self-Cancel. And I recalled reading about this story. If you don't know about this controversy, the author in question is Emily Wen Zhao. Apparently, she got Twitter shamed for a number of things, including plagiarizing a death scene and using a line from Tolkien. But the most damning thing was having slaves in her book, and one of the slaves was black and was killed off.
So,
the black slave issue was the big issue, and I'm not really sure why this triggered so many people. Was it because the slaves were black in a fantasy world, or was it because Zhao was Asian writing about blacks? Even reading articles about it, I'm not sure why Zhao was so strongly canceled. By the way, the book wasn't even published yet. This was all rumor and speculation and, frankly, gossip. Most of the people criticizing Zhao on Twitter or entering into discussion never read the book. And apparently, the slave scene in question, the skin color of the character was bronze, not black.
So why was this even a thing?
But this was Zhao's debut novel, and she was a big advocate of persons of color writers. But she was so publicly shamed that she canceled her own book launch. It's a super sad story, and I don't really know how I feel about this because all I really know is the Vulture article. I can't remember back to details I knew when the story first broke, but I'll link the Vulture article below. If you have more information, please comment below because I know I'm missing part of the story and I would like to be educated.
Because the whole thing seems a little ridiculous on the surface, but maybe it's just a ridiculous situation.
But the good news is that the book has been published. It's called Blood Heir, and that's what I'm planning to read. I would like to know firsthand what the controversy was all about. The final book is The Middle Square, So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Bronson. And this is the group book. And totally honest, I really am not very excited about this book. I generally don't read this type of nonfiction book. Usually if I read a nonfiction, it'll be a biography or history or something like that. But this is the group book.
So if I hate it, this is all gonna be A.G. McDonald's fault, and I will publicly shame him for picking this book.
The cancellation runs for the month of January, so there's plenty of time to jump in if you're interested. I'll have affiliate links for the books mentioned below, and until next time, may all the books you read be blessed.